going to show you how to use the Master Project and Profit Tracker by Olive Street Designs. This is available for download in Excel. And when you first open the spreadsheet, of course, it's blank. But you're going to go into project details first and start entering your data. So if you use item numbers or you start tracking them that way, you can use that field and then write a description of your piece. And some of these are going to be by drop down because we're just looking for categories. So long dresser. And these are fields that you can enter in anything that helps you remember or describe your project. Sometimes a little history of the project is nice, especially if you're working with a family heirloom. And you want to put some history on where it came from or when it was made, those types of details. It's also very helpful to always measure your piece and put those dimensions here because you'll need them later for Marketplace. So let's throw in a purchase date. I just chose a random date, and this one shows I've had this in inventory a really long time, but we're just going to go with it and source that from Facebook Marketplace. Wherever you want to say you picked it up, I usually like to put at least the city where I got it so I remember, and then I'm also tracking mileage. So this one came from Facebook Marketplace. You can keep track of specific information about the seller if you want. Some sellers say, hey, make sure to show me what it looks like when it's all done or something like that, and you want to keep their information for that. Log in your initial cost and how much time it took you to pick it up and your mileage. This is going to auto-calculate the mileage cost based on the current IRS rate, and that IRS rate can be updated as things change each year. Now, this is pretty much all you're going to enter in at this time because we don't know any more than that. So we're going to go into the next screen, which would be cost and labor details. And this is where you'll enter in all of that information, but the next page is where you actually print it. And print a few of them so you just have them available in your workshop and you don't have to print it every single time because you're going to use the same sheet over and over. And this is where you are going to just log things as you're doing it. And then once you get everything logged, now you're going to go back in. Let's say our piece is now done miraculously, and we're going to start logging our information. And this is where you are taking your written log and now putting all the data into the spreadsheet. So we're just going through all the materials that I used. Again, I'm just referencing the one that I was using in my workshop while I was refinishing the piece. And you're just selecting the material that you used and your estimated amount or cost of it that you used up during the process. So, as you look at, I had a quart of something that was $40 and I used half of it. Well, now that's going to be $20. So you're going to go through things. And then I'm looking for something that maybe it's not in the list, and I'll show you in a moment how to add that if you have something that's not in your list. So just going through each thing and again estimating what all of that was, and you can go all the way down to pennies if you want, if you're calculating the cost and the tax and everything. That's up to you how detailed you want to be. And you'll see that it is calculating all of those totals down at the bottom. I usually like to also include a miscellaneous fee for each piece, and this is a $25 fee that just includes all those little paper towels and all the little things that just may come up. So I do have sort of a flat fee that I put in there. And now you go over to the labor side. So you're going to go, now you could be doing this as you're working on a piece. Maybe at the end of every day you come in and enter your few things that you did. It's totally up to you. You can save them all at the end and tally them up and enter them in this way. So if you had sanding, each day you were doing some sanding, you could enter that multiple times, or you can add it all together and just enter it in one time. And you're just going to be selecting them from the list. And again, we're going to come across something here that's not in the list, and I'm going to show you how to add custom things to this list so it can be completely tailored to whatever process you do on your particular piece. I have a bunch of them in here that are pretty standard for most things if you're going to either paint or stain and all the details that go with that, but we're going to run into a couple of things that may not be here. Delivery and pickup are also in the labor, so just see that on the list there. But now I'm coming across something that I want to do and it's not in there, so I'm going to go to lists. And you'll see these lists are here. These are what are populating those drop downs. And I'm going to say install hardware. I didn't have that on my list, and it's something that I want to put in there. Some hardware takes you an hour to install, which I'm going to estimate here. So now you can see it's on my list. It wasn't there before. And I'm going to say 30 minutes. And I now am looking for something else that's not on my list, because on this particular piece I also installed drawer liners. So I can add them to the material cost, but the labor isn't on that list. So again, we're going to go back and enter that in so we have it as a custom thing, because again, it's not on this list. And you could use it under drawer repairs if you wanted to put it there. But if you want to be really specific, let's go back to lists and put in your labor description drawer liners. Go back in, now it's on the list, and you can put the amount of time that it took you to do all of these drawers, because this was a big dresser. This is a 12 drawer dresser. And you can see when you go back into the project detail page that everything is being calculated and summarized here. So all the things you input on the other screen were there. And now when you go into your project summary, those have been input here. You don't actually enter anything ever on this screen. All of it's being pulled from the other sheets and coming here. But it's going to start giving you profit and labor costs and everything. But you can see where you had the most labor minutes. That's in repairs, and your costs also. So let's play with some reverse pricing. Let's go ahead and put in, I think this dresser, now that I've got it all finished, is going to be worth $600. And if you go in there and you put your sales price in, this is going to now determine your net profit and your hourly wage. You can see at the $600. So we can play with it. What about $750? What does that look like? Well, now your net profit and your hourly wage have increased. So this gives you some options to play around with it for just guessing with pricing. Where do you want to be? Maybe I'm negotiating and I want to see what happens if $450 gets offered. Am I still going to make money? So this gives you a good place to really play with pricing and come up with strategies for how much you're willing to negotiate based on all of the materials and time you have put into this piece. Now, when you do get this done, this is another place where you want to go ahead and log all of the final finishes, because again, this is going to be used as a reference, and maybe this client comes back later and wants the exact same thing, or you just need to remember it for some reason. Sometimes we have really specific things that were used on a piece, and 2 years from now you might have someone ask you and you may not remember because you've done 20 since then. So just go ahead and put all the information in that you know of all the materials that you did use. And in this one, I'm just going to go ahead and list everything that I would typically use on a piece and all of the hardware. Now, if you even have your Amazon links and stuff, you can put those right in there as well. Okay, and once you have your buyer information, that would all be entered there with your sale date and actual sales price, maybe some notes about the touch-up paint kit. You can have little notes about that the buyer signed a waiver about delivery or any special circumstances. And now you go back to your project summary and you can see your sales price. It's going to give you net profit, hourly wage, and everything depending on the actual sales price. And this one you sold for $700. And now you can see a $700 sales price. You spent 465 minutes working on this for an hourly wage of $60.32. Congratulations, that was a great sale. And this one sold on February 1st of 2026, and you'd put all your buyer information there. So I hope this gives you a really good overview of how to use this amazing tool for our business. It's available for download on my website at olivestreetdesigns.com, and be sure to subscribe and follow for more.